It's the Baltimore Orioles and the Toronto Blue Jays. Opening day festivities wrapping up, and we'll be back to get this season started right after this. John Shambi and Chris Singleton with you. All right, partner, ready to go. Always a pleasure to get things started with you on opening day.
Well, Happy New Year, buddy. And anyone that's involved in baseball, even though it's not January 1st, this is the start of a new year. Every team has playoff hopes. I love this time of the year. I'm excited to get things going.
The crowd is amped up, ready to get this season underway, as are we. Back with more in a minute. Coming up on the first pitch, and on the mound today, Kevin Gausman. What's the word on him?
Well, last year kind of around the league average in terms of ERA, and you know what? That's why you have 5 different spots in the starting rotation. You've got to have people round things out, and not everyone's going to pitch like a number 1 or number 2 every outing or every season. But last year, he gave his team an opportunity and a chance to win every time he took the mound on average. And when you look at that kind of performance, it has a place on every ball club.
Jackson Holliday, the leadoff batter, as he looks at ball 1. And that's outside.
Ball 2.
Right through there for a strike. Swing and a miss as he was late.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Misses outside, and the count is filled up. Foul ball left side. He'll see another. Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
Love how he became a really tough out with 2 strikes right there. Just kept it simple. Played pepper with the middle of the infield and took it back where it came from, and there's just no one there to knock it down. And now a chance to maybe get creative on offense with good speed on first.
Here's Adley Rutschman. Late on that fastball.
This might be a steal situation, but that's not your average catcher behind the dish. You have to be careful here.
Nobody out. Runner at first. Gausman, multi-time All-Star. He features a 4-seam fastball, a splitter, a slider, and he works in a sinker. Fouled off the plate. They'll do it again. And the righty deals.
Ball 1.
Squirts away a little bit.
1 ball, 2 strikes the count.
Holliday aboard here at first with nobody out. Way inside, and that hit him. He had him 1-2, and he ends up hitting him with a pitch. Here's Tyler O'Neill. First pitch doesn't find the zone.
It's no surprise they call this batter a day player. He statistically performs better in these games, and he's hoping for a big performance in this one.
First and second, no outs here on opening day. And a swing and a miss. There's that slider.
1-1.
And fouled off.
That's a ball.
This one in the dirt. Tag, save. He's into third on the wild pitch.
Well, Boog, it's already been a tough start to this inning as it is, and that wild pitch is going to make things even tougher. 2 men in the scoring position now, still with nobody out. So this really becomes a strikeout situation on the mound.
And a swing and a miss. And that is a big first out. So here's the cleanup hitter, Gunnar Henderson. Golden opportunity right here. Looked like it was a little bit up. And that's a strike.
Let's see if he's willing to use the whole field right here. Definitely pounding him away.
Second and third, one away as we play game 1 of this 4-game series. That's out to center field. Varsho settles underneath it. Brings it in. Here comes the runner from third. Run scores easily, and the Orioles strike first. It's 1-0.
So many times that one gets out of here and into the seats, but he'll take the sac fly RBI. Good job to get that run in from third.
Ryan O'Hearn comes up to hit. And that one upstairs, ball 1. Man on second, 2 down. And that's in there at the knees. In the air, right field. Drops into the glove, and that is that. So 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, and a runner left. On to the bottom of the first. It's the Orioles 1 and the Jays 0. Back now in Toronto. And towing the slab here, Kyle Bradish. What do you have on him?
Well, he's got great stuff, but what makes his stuff even better is his delivery. Hides the ball for a very long time, high leg kick, and by the time the hitter sees it, it's right on top of him.
Bottom of the first, and it'll be George Springer to step to the plate.
George Springer.
Swing and a miss as he chases that one darting out of the zone. Swings through that.
2 really good back-to-back sliders. Now in an 0-2 count. He's feeling real confident about finishing this hitter off. He can go anywhere he wants.
Swings and misses. It's a strikeout. Couldn't catch up to the heater. Bo Bichette up to the dish. That one in there across the letters. Way outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. And misses inside.
Boog, he never moved because he never had time to. But that kind of velocity, you'd prefer that pitcher work away.
Swing and a ball popped up. Holiday gets under it. Makes the catch. And there's 2 away. Here's the lineup the Blue Jays are rolling out there to start 2025. Chris, they're hoping to get back on track this year after a disappointing season.
Indeed, and they were a preseason dark horse pick last year, Boog, and things just never really clicked for them. It's been almost a decade since they've won a postseason game, Maybe this is the year they break through.
Anthony Santander stands in now and watches strike one. Yeah, that's fouled off. Up and in, and it's 1-2.
See if you can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up and out of the zone since you're heading to count 1-2. Don't miss in the zone because that's where you can get hurt.
Swing and a high fly ball, well struck left field. That's back. Pulls it in on the warning track. Back here at Rogers Center, second inning set to go. Now it's the right fielder, Colton Cowser. Gosman back to work. Swing and a pop-up. Foul territory for the catcher. Has room, and he makes the catch.
That was a good hard fastball with some nice ride up in the zone right there. Hitter looked like he was on it, but I think that velocity at the end just beat him. Instead of a line drive or something hit deep, it's a pop-up and an easy out for the defense.
Jordan Westberg, batting with one down, takes a strike. Swing and a ground ball and foul ball. Here's the 0-2. That's to third. Clement slings it across. 2 up, 2 down in the top of the second.
Batting 8, the designated hitter, Heston Kjerstad.
2 down, bases empty. Here's the designated hitter for the Orioles, Heston Kjerstad. Fought off foul. 2 outs, bases empty. Line drive ripped down the left side towards the left field corner. Around first, heading for 2. And he starts his afternoon off right with a double.
Well, I'm not saying that play was easy, but it was harder than it needed to be thanks to the bad jump. Those small moments can be costly.
So runner at second, 2 down. And next for the Orioles, Cedric Mullins. Just missed. And that's in there for a strike, and now it's even.
Looks like he's just sizing him up there. Really good pitch to hit, but he took it all the way. Sometimes guys just want to set their timing later on in the game. That may be a pitch that he turns on.
And a foul ball. Up the middle. To first, safe. And runners at the corners after the infield single.
Tough play up the middle, and everything needed to be right there. Field that, get a strong throw off to first base, and I think the speed going up the line had something to do with it as well.
Here's the Orioles leadoff hitter, Jackson Holliday. 1 for 1 with a single and a run scored so far. Off the mark there. Ball 1. Runners on first and third, 2 away. Next offering is in for a strike.
That's ball 2.
Could be some action here on this next pitch. Couple runners on. Probably a challenge pitch coming.
That one the other way. Bichette. They get the force. And that is the inning. 2 left on. We go to the bottom of inning number 2. It's the Orioles 1 and the Jays nothing. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Singing, he's a guy that covers both sides of the plate about as well as anyone in the sport. How difficult is that to do?
Well, just look at the back of my bubblegum card. You'll see how hard it is. These guys are great, man. They have the ability to look out there, but also to be able to turn on the inside pitch. Those that can really sharpen things on the outer half, those are the ones that become elite.
Rolled softly, but that goes foul.
I love the fact that we've seen both Vladimir Guerrero and Vladdy Jr. win the home run derby. They're the first father-son duo to ever win it. Vladdy back in 2007 and Vladdy Jr. in 2023. Even though his dad didn't give him any advice for the event other than to go out there and hit home runs.
Swings and misses. Slider got him for strike 3.
Batting fifth,
here's Andres Jimenez. And a strike.
Hey!
0-2 count, both pitches on the inside part of the plate. Hitter is thinking, I don't want to get beat here. This is a good time for something off speed away.
1 out, base is empty.
Pretty standard high 0-2 fastball right there. If you're smart, to look for something down in the zone, but not too far. Don't want to chase that breaking ball in the dirt.
Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row. Off to a strong start, Singy, as he's punched out 3 of the first 5 he's faced.
Well, he's definitely minimizing contact. He can get the swing and miss when he needs it, but he'll also keep the defense fresh behind him, allowing some balls in play as well.
Next to hit, Alejandro Kirk.
No strike.
And a breaking ball misses outside. Two down, nobody on. There's a strike up high, and a count 1-1.
Now, just a cement mixer slider right there. It's a great pitch to hit if you can recognize it early and jump on it.
And it skips in the dirt.
Back-to-back breaking pitches away, you get the feeling as a hitter that the pitcher's afraid of you, that he doesn't want to challenge you. So I think the confidence level is raised right here.
This ball's chopped on the ground. Holiday tosses to first, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. Nothing doing for the Blue Jays. Still behind by a count of 1-0. And welcome back to the ballpark. On to the third inning. Here's the catcher, Adley Rutschman. Rutschman measures 6 feet 2 inches, batting second in today's lineup, and he was selected to the All-Star game last year. Swings through that one out in front that time.
Wow, no fair right there. I mean, that slider didn't move till the very last moment. Incredibly difficult to pick that up. Just kind of have to tip your cap on that pitch.
Here's a 1-2. And there's a ball. That one down the line, and it kicks off the bag. Not in time. An infield knock to start the inning.
It doesn't really matter where you are in the lineup. Your job is to get on base and try to start a rally if you're leading off an inning. So an infield single does the job right there. Now we'll see if they can make something happen.
Tyler O'Neill now at the plate. He's 0 for 1. Delivers a pitch in for a strike at 95. Right through there for a strike.
2 strikes to a guy who's already 0 for 1 with the punch out. The only guy in the lineup with that strikeout. But you can't get too relaxed. You still got to make good pitches to get him out.
That's outside. And the count is 1-2. Rutschman on at first. Nobody out. Pitch misses. And it's 2-2. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
Man, it's so tough to adjust and catch up to a good fastball inside when all you're getting throughout an entire batter pitches away. You're telling yourself, just let the ball travel so you can protect that outside corner of the plate. Then you get completely tied up. That right there was a great pitch for the punch out.
And now Gunnar Henderson drove in a run with a sac fly his first time up. Pitch is in there. Strike 1. Man at first, 1 away.
I got 1 ball,
Well,
1
with
strike.
the amount of pitches that can end up in the dirt, a good secondary lead doesn't have to get away from the catcher. But if you're anticipating based off the trajectory, get yourself into scoring position.
In the air, left field, down the line, and a foul ball.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
2 balls, 2
In the
strikes.
dirt, blocked. Got him. And he's registered 3 Ks in this one.
Oh, interesting. He's looking very comfortable out of the stretch after giving up the leadoff single. Back-to-back strikeouts, so they haven't been able to move that runner up, get him into scoring position, and try to have a better chance of scoring. I tell you, good job so far on the mound. He just needs 1 more out.
So next to hit for Baltimore, Ryan O'Hearn flied to right his first time. That pitch gets the inside corner. That's strike 1. And that's downstairs and outside.
I got a ball, 1 strike.
Line drive, and that should be extra bases. Around second is Rutschman. Coming home. He'll score easily.
He was all over that one. Just a really nice approach to shoot that line drive to the opposite field. There's a lot of hard work and discipline that goes into getting a result like that at the plate. Doesn't come naturally for most hitters.
And into the box for Baltimore, Colton Cowser. He popped out to the catcher his first time up. Clips the corner. Strike 1. Well, Chris, through the early stages, he hasn't been very efficient in terms of the pitch count. He's going to need to get some quick outs if he's going to get deeper into this game. That's down and in. It is interesting, though, when you consider the way the game is run now. Doesn't even matter that much if your starter doesn't go that deep, because teams are really aggressively building their bullpens. Runner at second, 2 down here on opening day. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. Man at second. That one misses, and the count is even, 2-2.
2-2 the count.
Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. 1 run, a pair of hits, no errors, and 1 left on. We move on to the bottom of inning number 3. It's the Orioles 2 and the Jays nothing. And we're back as we go to the last of the third. And now the right fielder, Nathan Lucas. And that's in for a strike. 0-1.
0-1.
Hit hard but foul off to the left. And a foul ball, he stays alive. Pitch misses, and the count 1-2. That one missed.
2 strikes.
Hard hit to third. Whips it across. 1 up, 1 down.
Batting 8th, third baseman, Ernie Clement.
Now the third baseman, Ernie Clement. It's interesting, he plays kind of a power spot defensively, but runs pretty well. So when you're looking at that position, you're not expecting someone that has maybe above average speed, but he does. Ball 1 low.
And I think that skill set really upgrades the position, because when you have that kind of speed, it makes the whole team that much better.
Swing and a ground ball, and that one gets through into center field. So a man aboard now with 1 away. And now it's Dalton Varsho.
Oh, this guy's just a tremendously talented center fielder. Gold Glove caliber type out there. Offensively, he can do some things, but also has some streakiness as well. I think the key is just trying to find a way for him to be consistent day in and day out. He saves runs in the outfield, so that's going to buy him more time to work things out at the dish.
Bradish checks the runner, and he's back safely. Swing and a foul out of play. Clement stands at first with 1 out. Fouls 1 off out of play, back to our left. Swings and blasts one deep to left center. That's down. 1 hops off the wall. Headed for the plate. He'll score.
Back-to-back base hits. Man, that feels so good to shoot an absolute bolt the opposite way. Split the gap and know that you've got extra bases right off the bat. That's the kind of thing hitters dream about when they're falling asleep at night.
So the lineup flips over. Here's George Springer. Struck out swinging, leading off the bottom of the first. Curveball over for a called strike.
0-1's the count.
That misses. 1-1. And there's a ball. 1 out and a runner at second. Next offering is outside. Bo Bichette in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Well, he took his chance at getting him to chase right there, but with first base open, walk not a bad thing. He set up a double play opportunity if he can induce a ground ball.
First and second, 1 out. Bo Bichette gets a chance to hit. 0 for 1 so far. That one misses, and that's ball 1.
Way to lay off that pitch down.
The 1-0. And that's too high. Traffic on the bases with 1 already in here in the last half of the third. Now 3-0.
He's looking for a ground ball to get a double play and out of this jam.
And they're all loaded up.
4 pitches. That's an easy walk, man. He could have walked me right there, Boo. The last one wasn't even close.
So bases all loaded up. Anthony Santander at the plate. Fly to left his first time. In for a strike, and it's 0-1.
Tough situation right here. So important as a pitcher to get ahead in the count as he did right there.
Bases loaded, 1 away. That's in there, and that's strike 2. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. All loaded up. Dangerous hitter at the plate. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. Fouls that off to the left, and we'll do it again. Stays alive.
Also really good at bat. What I like about this guy, his bat stays in the zone for a long time. Gives him the ability to foul off tough pitches.
And that one is inside. Laboring here. About to throw his 30th pitch of the inning. Misses. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Man, oh man, I don't know how you take that pitch. That's as close as it gets.
Gets a piece and stays alive.
5 foul balls in this at bat so far, and these two are going head to head. You can see the crowd. They're starting to get into it a little bit more and more each pitch, even though there hasn't been a ball in play yet.
About to see the 11th pitch of the at bat here. And it remains 2-2. Good eye right there.
2 walks in the inning already, and he just doesn't seem comfortable out there. Like he can find the right mechanics and then repeat them.
Fouled off again, and it remains 3-2.
I think ultimately you want to tie him up, get the ball in on the plate so that he can't get the barrel to it and hit it to the outfield.
Hard ground ball for a base stop. 1 runs in. Here comes the throw. But it's offline. He will score. 3-2. They take the lead.
But when you see that many pitches in an at-bat, your chances of succeeding go up. And right there we see the result.
And a dangerous hitter coming to the plate. And now for the Jays, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. And that's in there for a strike. Little slider that finds the mark. This guy who grew up in big league clubhouses, got to be a nice feeling, Siggy, when your father played in the big leagues and he passes down all that wisdom. Here comes the 0-1. Now a screamer into the outfield. And that should be extra bases. Bichette around third and headed home. One run across. The relay to the plate. In there. He's safe. It's 5-2.
Just so sound in his mechanics. Hits against a firm front side. And the hands just continue to carry through the middle of the field.
So digging in, Andres Jimenez. Caught looking his first time up. And that's a base hit. And now two aboard.
Well, clearly he was ready to hit right there. Pitch was away, and he did exactly
Alejandro.
what you're supposed to do with it. Drive it the other way. Just go with the pitch.
In steps the man they call Captain Kirk. Grounded out his first time. Runner on the go. Pitch in the dirt. Throw, save. That's a stolen base.
They are being real aggressive to put some runs on the board. Get two runners now in the scoring position. Excellent job of stealing second base and staying out of a potential double play. Now that can kind of backfire and kill your rally, but it worked out nicely. Now a chance to do some damage.
2 on, 1 out. Comebacker to the mound. Gets it to first. And there's 2 away.
Now batting, right fielder.
Now the Orioles manager is
Lopez.
out of the dugout, and he'll make a move to the pen. Kyle Bradish will depart. It's a 3-run game, and we'll be back to tell you about the new arm in a minute.
Now pitching for
Dean
Baltimore.
Kramer gets the ball now.
Number 64.
And this is a really tough
Dean
spot to come
Kramer.
into as he tries to keep this one close. You almost have to forget about the runners in scoring position. They're not going anywhere. Focus on the hitter, getting that one out your team needs from you.
Nathan Lucas next up for the Blue Jays. Grounded out his first time up.
Hey, it's still early in this ball game, but you know, this at bat right here could be a big factor in the outcome. You think about it. There's a chance to really blow this thing open right here.
And now the count is even. The 1-1 is fouled off. Guerrero on third. Jimenez on at second with 2 down. And that's outside. Swing and a miss. Struck him out at a splitter. All in all, 10 come to the plate. They bat around and 5 score. 3 innings complete. It's the Blue Jays 5 and the Orioles 2. Back now in Toronto as we go to the top of the 4th and into the box for Baltimore, Jordan Westberg. And that drops in for a strike.
You know, these Orioles showing great discipline at the plate, and patience definitely seems to be the name of their game in this one. They're doing a good job of working the pitch count, and they've been able to push a couple of runs across to score as well.
And he couldn't hold back. He's rung up on strikes.
Well, that at bat seemed to be over as soon as it started. 3-pitch strikeout. You've got to be better at the
Now
plate
batting,
right there.
the
At least to
designated
foul
hitter,
something off,
Heston
extend that at
Kjerstad.
bat.
Heston Kjerstad, the next to hit for the Orioles. Doubled in his first AB. Hit in the air, left field. And George makes the grab. And a couple of quick outs.
Now batting, center fielder.
Well, I think the
Cedric
key, I mean,
Mullins.
if he can get through one more inning, anything after that, a hitter or two is bonus, but they should be lined up good enough to get to the finish line.
Mullins batting for the second time, and that's strike 1. 0-2 now as he swings through it.
This guy's pounding the zone. Hitters don't have time to think in between pitches.
And that's in the dirt.
2 straight.
2 down, nobody on. Top half of inning number 4. Up and in. It's 2-2. And that's down and away. Two outs. Fights it off. He'll see another. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. So he picks up his 6th strikeout of the ball game. Nothing doing this time around for the O's. They trail at 5-2. Back here at Rogers Center, bottom 4, and now for the Jays, Ernie Clement.
Ernie Clement.
And that one misses up and in. And that is ball 1.
Well, these Blue Jays really impressing me with the quality of their at-bats in this one. It's been fun getting a chance to see them go to work. They were obviously able to run the starter out of the game in the 3rd, so they've set the table for a win, and now I'm sure they're thinking it's time to feast.
To the right side, and that chance handled. On to first. 1 out in the bottom of the 4th. So if they're looking to feast, are you saying they've already got a plate but are looking to go back for seconds?
Yeah, I'd say something like that.
Dalton Varsho next up for the Blue Jays. 1 for 1 with a double and a run scored. Check swing, called strike. And a foul ball. On the ground to short. 2 up, 2 down.
Now batting left fielder, George Springer.
Back to the leadoff spot in the Blue Jays lineup. And the batter is George Springer. He is struck out and he is walked. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. And a pop-up right side, foul territory. Corrals it. And that is the 3rd out of the inning. Down in order go the Blue Jays. And it remains 5-2. And welcome back to the ballpark. And stepping in is the speedy Jackson Holliday. Gosman back to work. And first offering is fouled off.
You know, these Orioles finding ways to get on base, but they still need help driving them home. They only have 1 hit with runners in scoring position, so a lot of squandered opportunities. It's tough because those are moments you just can't get back.
And a quick out, number 1.
Now batting catcher, Adley Rutschman.
Adley Rutschman, the next to hit for the Orioles. And that's in there for strike 1.
0-1's the count.
Swing, and that ball smashed on a line. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. Out
now batting left
number
fielder,
2.
Tyler
Man, that's
O'Neill.
one of those at-bats where you have to remind yourself it's about the process. He did everything right there. Nothing to show for it. But in your mind, you have to convince yourself that it was a very good at-bat.
O'Neill in the box again. Takes a strike. Next offering is in for a strike. The Blue Jays leading by 3 here on opening day. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Spoils a 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And a nice inning of work there as he sets him down 1-2-3. Orioles held in check there, and the deficit remains 5-2. And we're back. We head to the bottom of the 5th. And now for the Jays, Bo Bichette. He swings and fouls one off.
Well, these Jays putting together some really good at-bats in this game. There's been a lot to like with how they're approaching their chances at the plate. It looked to me like they really wanted to get to the starter early, get him out of the game before he settles in. So I'd say mission accomplished.
Ground ball left side. On to O'Hearn. And the leadoff hitter retired in the 5th.
Up next for the Blue Jays, designated hitter, Anthony Santander.
Next up for the Blue Jays.
Put together a great at-bat last time. Really battled. Ended up with the base hit.
And ball 1. Base is empty, 1 away. Last half of inning number 5. Strike on the inside corner. High fly ball, shallow right field. Cowser squeezes it, and there's 2 down.
Now batting, first
Vladimir
baseman,
Guerrero Jr.
Vladimir
now.
Guerrero Jr.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr. That swing so reminiscent of his dad. Lots of pop. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. And that one clips the corner.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Swing and a ball line to center. Pulls up, and that's in there for a knock.
Up next for the Blue Jays, second baseman.
So up next for Toronto, Andres Jimenez. 1 for 2. And that misses off the outside edge. Guerrero, the runner at first with 2 gone. That one misses. 2 balls, no strikes.
No, he's really working him away this at bat. Sometimes take a little bit off velocity. Try to get a rollover, something on the ground. Stay away from that big hole on the right side of the infield.
That one's spoiled, and the count now 2-1. To the right side, and it goes just foul. Good job to fight that one off. Here's a 2-2. Popped up, middle of the diamond. Henderson under it. And that will end the inning. Blue Jays held in check. They're still out in front 5-2. Back now in Toronto. Stepping in, Gunnar Henderson. Pretty amazing athlete this guy is. Power and speed, quite a threat. I mean, you're talking about someone that could steal your bag and go deep. Bo Jackson, anyone? And the first offering a fastball for a strike.
He's like Mike Trout. You figure whatever you put in his hand, whether it's a bat, whether it's a golf club, whether it's a basketball, he can do it and get it done. And a rare talent, so much fun to watch.
Fair ball. Around first and hustling for second. And he's got a leadoff double.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. I love that swing, and I'm sure his hitting coach does even more. Took a pitch right on the low outside corner of the zone and just ripped it for a base hit. And that's easier said than done.
Here comes the manager out of the Blue Jays dugout, and he will make a move to the pen. Kevin Gausman makes way, and a pretty good outing for him as he leaves with a nice lead. New pitcher when we get back.
Now pitching.
New arm out of the bullpen, Brendan Little.
Still a lot of game left, and this game could go either way. So this is a big opportunity for him to get some important outs and try to help carry this lead into the later innings.
Ryan O'Hearn, the next to hit for the Orioles.
RBI knock for him last time. Now a chance to drive in another run.
Pitch misses there. Ball one. Man at second. And that's through there for a strike. And it's 1-1. There's the strike.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Outside low, and the count now even up. Runner in scoring position, nobody out, and we're the top half of the 6th. Next offering misses, and it's 3-2. Battling here as he fouls it away.
Hanging in there pretty good against the lefty.
Three-two. That's to third. Clement over to first. That was a strong at bat, even though he couldn't find a way on base. Now it's the right fielder, Colton Cowser. 0 for 2 in this one. Little checks the runner. Henderson back on a dive. First pitch misses.
1-0.
Just missed. Runner at second here, 1 gone. There's a swing and a drive. And no one can get there. The run comes in from second. It's 5-3.
Well, they call that an advantage count for a reason. You're so much more likely to get something you can handle. Pretty much a model swing on that one as he ripped it into the opposite field gap. And I'm sure he's going to be watching that one back on video because that's the kind of swing you want to bottle. So many positives that led to that knock.
Jordan Westburg, the next to hit for the Orioles. Swing and a ground ball, base hit right field. Rounds third, headed for the plate. The throw in. Save. In comes the run from second. And they trail by one.
Well, back within one as he brings home the run. I know that was a ground ball, but it was absolutely hammered through the infield. That's not one you're excited to get in front of if you're an infielder. You know they used to say, charge it. Crazy. And now let's see if they force some action with good wheels on the bases.
Runner on at first with one gone. Now it's the DH, Heston Kjerstad. And that's outside, and it's 1-0. Line drive, leaps and he's got it.
Great hops right there, Boog. He timed it just right to bring that liner down, and he saved the knock.
Cedric Mullins will hit next. Just missed. Little, 28 years old, a former first-round pick back in 2017. High fly ball, and that one curling foul down the right side. Snap throw to first. Westberg back in on a dive. Next pitch is outside. Sliced hard, but foul down the left side. Westberg off of first with 2 away. And a foul ball, he stays alive. Two outs.
The count's full.
In the dirt, but kept close. Goes to second. Save! And he's into scoring position with 2 away on a wild pitch.
Definitely got the hitter conscious of the pitch inside. Really think the outer half is open.
Man on second, 2 down. Foul ball left side. He'll see another. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. Coming home. Fires to the plate. He'll score easily. All tied again, 5-5.
Just one of those at-bats you almost hate to see come to an end. I really like that swing, man. He didn't just push it the other way through the infield. He drove it that way, and it kind of makes me think he was thinking opposite field as he stepped into the box. Got a pitch he liked, and he got it done. And now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
And here is Jackson Holliday. That one ripped. Base hit. And now first and second with 2 outs.
Wastes no time there. Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy, didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep, took the barrel right to it, and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit. A chance now to take the lead, and at this point in the game, that could be a deciding run.
Here comes the manager out of the Blue Jays dugout, and he will make a move to the pen. Brendan Little done for the day, and it's a tie ball game as he heads for the dugout. Back with a new arm after a quick break. Chad Green ready to go.
Chad Green.
Go ahead run on base. Adley Rutschman, the next to hit for the Orioles. Fastball for a strike. It's 0-1. And there's the strike.
And a bat like this is almost over as it begins. In this situation, you have no idea what the next pitch is going to be. You just got to hope that you can make contact.
And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. Two on, 2 outs. Foul ball, still 0-2. Swing and a miss, and that is that. So they get 3 and draw even. 6, 7, 8, 2 in the bottom of the 6th. We're all tied up 5-5. Back here at Rogers Center, bottom of the inning. Here's the Toronto catcher, Alejandro Kirk. Just missed. Action in the pen down there. Yennier Cano is up and throwing for Brandon Hyde. Soto getting cranked up as well. Just off the outside edge, and that's ball 2.
He's clearly trying to work him away here. Both pitches off the plate. If you really want to put the ball in play, you're going to have to stay back and drive it to the opposite field.
And that misses, and that's ball 3. And that one ripped into right, and a base hit, and a good start to the inning.
Well, patience and discipline paid off right there as he got into an advantage count. Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly.
Now here is Nathan Lucas. And a base hit on the line. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out.
Back-to-back singles. Really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle. Allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer. And he hit the ball on the screws.
And now Ernie Clement. First offering, and it just misses. Ground ball, and that's through the infield. And they're happy to play station to station right here. Bases loaded, nobody out.
Now batting, the center fielder, Dalton Varsho.
Dalton Varsho next up for the Blue Jays. That one outside, and that's ball 1.
Well, he's just given up 3 straight hits, and now behind in this count to this hitter. Might be a good time for somebody to call a timeout. Maybe the pitching coach go out there and talk to him just a little bit.
On the ground, right side. He comes home with it. And 2. What a play.
Oh, man, what a smooth double play. That was a thing of beauty from start to finish.
Now batting, left fielder, George.
So 2 down now, and here is George Springer. That's a strike across the top of the zone. Fouled off down the right side. Bounced out to short. Tosses across to first. That takes care of Springer. And that is that. 3 hits in the inning, but nothing to show for it on the scoreboard. We're through 6 full. We're all tied up 5-5. Top of inning number 7. And
Orioles,
into the box for
left
Baltimore,
fielder,
Tyler O'Neill. Hard hit down the line and left. And foul ball. Next offering is fouled back. Next offering down low and in the dirt.
That's a ball.
Fouled off, and they'll do it again. Next offering is down low. It's a leadoff walk, and that's the go-ahead run.
What a battle. It's not always easy laying off a 3-2 pitch, and I tell you what, he earned that walk.
Henderson.
Go-ahead run on base. Henderson getting ready to hit. That one's in there, 0-1.
Late in the game, everyone gets a little tighter. Way to get ahead on a really good hitter right there.
The go-ahead run aboard at first. Nobody out. And that one fouled off.
With 2 strikes, may see some movement over there at first base, trying to stay out of the double play right here.
Ground ball left side, could be 2. There's 1. Throw to first, but he beat it.
Good slider inside right there. Batter fighting to get there. Just rolled over it. Got the ground ball.
Ryan O'Hearn, the next to hit.
Definitely wants to stay out of the double play here. Ball on the ground in the infield. Should be an inning-ending double play.
First pitch, and he just misses. 1 away. Tie game. Go-ahead run stands at first. And another ball. Chris, with that distraction and a speedy guy at first, he's in a favorable hitter's count.
Well, if nothing else, I mean, this is a great spot for a hitter to be in.
And that's in for a strike. And that is out of play. Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2. Swing and a pop-up in foul ground. Pulls it down, and he makes the catch. 2 down.
Up next for the Orioles, right fielder Colton Cowser.
And now the right fielder, Colton Cowser.
Well, with pretty good speed over there at first base, I think the pitcher's got to slow everything down. Hold the ball a little bit, step off, just try to break the rhythm and timing of a potential base stealer.
That misses the zone, and that's ball 1.
Well, if he's going to steal second, you want him to go early in the count. That way he's not a distraction to the hitter at the plate. Go ahead and get it out of the way so the hitter can focus on the pitch.
Oh, and he hit him.
Now batting third baseman
Jordan Westburg, the next to hit for the Orioles. He's someone that you might not describe as having elite level speed, but he can absolutely move, and it is a factor in his game.
Boog, this guy's definitely a plus runner, but what I love about him is that he goes all out every single time, never takes a break. It's guys like that, even though they don't have the elite speed, the fact that they're consistent with it, they make moves on the base paths.
That one drifts inside. And that one fouled off. The 1-1. Turned on, but foul wide of third. Here's a high fly ball out to center. Varsho after it. And that's the third out. So no runs in the inning despite the leadoff walk, and that does it. Seventh inning stretch time. We're all tied up 5-5.
Now pitching for
We're
Baltimore.
back in a new pitcher here to start the
Number
bottom of the
78.
seventh. Yennier Cano.
Yennier Cano.
Bo Bichette
Leading
digs
off
in now.
for Toronto. Shortstop Bo Bichette.
First pitch just misses.
Good spot there,
Ball
but
one,
didn't
no
get the
strike.
strike at the knees, and doesn't seem too convinced by the call out there on the mound as he tries to get a better sense of the umpire strike zone.
The other way, and that's just foul. The 1-1 is fouled off. Stays alive. Swing and a ball lined out towards center. Mullins hauls it in, and there's one away. Sir Anthony Dominguez is forced to the mound after the injury.
Now pitching for Baltimore. Number 56. Sir Anthony Dominguez.
Next is the
Up next
DH,
for
a
the
switch
Blue
hitter,
Jays,
Anthony Santander.
Hitter Anthony Santander.
That's in there. 0-1.
Well, I think that pitch surprised all of us. Right down the middle, doesn't get a swing. Not very often you see a hitter lay off a cookie like that.
Swing and a drive. This one is crushed. No doubt about it. And here in the late stages, they have the lead. They must be going crazy in the dugout. It's 6-5. That one just sounded different.
And it might have been the loudest moment yet. Man, my ears are ringing. I can feel that swing from the booth. There was a sinker up in the zone. It looked like it came out of the pitcher's hand a little bit too early. Doesn't have the velocity that that good four-seam fastball does. And at the plate, he didn't miss it.
Base is empty, one away. Now the Toronto four-hole hitter, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. He's got the power, but great contact skills. One of the best contact hitters in the game. One down, base is empty. Started after it, appeal to first, and he held up. Way upstairs, and it's 3-0. Fastball for a strike.
Back-to-back fastballs in. That last one called for a strike. Probably go away, but look for him to come back in there to try to finish you off.
Foul ball. One out, base is empty, and a run in here, the bottom of the 7th. And that one lifted in the air, center field. Mullins hauls it in, 2 away.
Now batting, second baseman, Andres.
2 outs, base is empty. Now it's the second baseman, Andres Jimenez. 1 for 3. And that's way high. And that is ball 1.
That was absolute gas. Triple digits on the gun. It's just a different experience as a hitter watching that go by.
Holiday fires over to first. That ends the inning. Toronto picks up 1 on this homer. It's now 6-5. Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Jimmy Garcia.
These are the spots relievers really make a name for themselves. Late and close. There's not much margin for error, but at the same time, there's a reason they're put in these situations.
Kerstead stands in here, takes ball 1 low. Looking to get the tying run on base. Fastball in for a strike, and a count 1-1. Double-barreled action in the bullpen. Jeff Hoffman, the closer, is getting loose. Burr also throwing. He swings and hits a fly ball, center field. Makes a nice running catch. 1 up, 1 down.
They trust him in center field because he's capable of making plays on the run, and we saw it right there. That's a player you want patrolling center field. Someone who can attack the ball off the bat.
Mullins in the box now, takes strike 1. Holding on to a 1-run lead, and we're in the top of the 8th.
That's outside.
Just missed with that backdoor breaking ball. If he gets a swing and miss or called strike, 0-2 count. Instead, it's 1-1. Look for him to go back to that pitch later in this at bat.
That clips the corner. High fly ball lifted into air, right field. He's got it, and there's 2 away.
Well, those can be pretty fun as an outfielder. Got to put it into his highest gear and go a long way to track that one down. Nothing better than that. You feel like a wide receiver playing football.
This one in the air, center field. Varsho moving under it. Makes the grab, and that'll end the inning. Bottom of the 8th, and here's the catcher, Alejandro Kirk.
Catcher, Alejandro Kirk.
Dominguez back to work. That's off the inside corner. Ball 1. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
That's back-to-back singles for him.
Now
Really nice job
the
staying
right
up the middle with his
fielder,
approach. He didn't try to do
Nathan
too much with
Lopez.
the pitch, just shot it through the infield.
So a man at first. And next for Toronto, Nathan Lucas. Runner on the go. Little chopper rolls foul. That one the other way. Henderson. Glove flip to second. Onto O'Hearn. 2.
He's so good at coming across the bag and snagging it with the bare hand to throw. I like the flair that he brings day in and day out.
Ernie Clement now at the plate. First pitch doesn't find the zone.
Counts 1-0.
Just missed. On the ground. Holiday on the run, sends it over to first, and they get the out. Nothing doing for the Blue Jays. They lead it, however, it's 6-5.
Now pitching.
Back now, and on the mound, the closer,
Number
Jeff
23.
Hoffman. A chance at his
Jeff
first save of the year. Now the Orioles catcher, Adley Rutschman.
Catcher, Adley Rutschman.
That one off the mark, and it's 1-0.
Ball 1, no strike.
Ripped on the ground to second. Fires over to Guerrero. And the leadoff man retired here in the ninth. That's a big first out right there, and that changes things.
Yeah, you can kind of see how just the hope and optimism has shrunk a little bit, but they got a couple more outs to work with. They got to find a way to get a runner on and get one around the bases.
O'Neill, the next to hit, takes high for ball 1. 1-run game here in the top of the ninth. That one found hard the other way. One down, base is empty. Swings through that one for strike 2.
Really going after him here. All fastballs to get ahead in the count.
Sharp grounder, that's through for a base hit. And the tying run is on base.
Good two-strike hitting right there, Boog. A bit of a lost start for some, so that was nicely done to beat the odds. Wasn't able to elevate that one, but he sure hit it hard enough to get through the infield. There's not a whole lot of time for the defenders to react and try to make a play when it's ripped like that.
So a change being made at first base. On a pinch run, Jorge Mateo.
Jorge Mateo.
One down, runner at first. Now at the plate, Gunnar Henderson. Mateo back safely.
He's got plus speed, but in this situation, all eyes are going to be over there trying to keep his lead tight.
Mateo runs, pitching for a strike. And that's a stolen base, not even close. And the tying run is now in scoring position. So the tying run at second. You see the velocity 97 with that fastball. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again.
Well, comfortable or not, these are the situations closers they seem to live for. I mean, you get into some hot water, a jam, tough spot, whatever you want to call it, but this is where they earn their keep.
To third. Clement over to first. And the Orioles down to their final out.
Well, there's a lot riding on that at bat right there. Nice job of the pitcher to bear down, make the pitch, get the ground ball. Excellent piece of work.
And now here is Ryan O'Hearn trying to deliver as the hero. Yeah, the pitch is in for a strike. 0-1.
Just amazing to me how many closers and back-end relievers just throw absolute gas these days. I never would have had a chance.
This could end it. And that's off the inside edge. And the count 1-2. That's a little bit low. That's foul off to the right side. Keeps the AB going. And that one missing low.
That turns out to be a really good take right there, but you don't want to end this game with the bat on your shoulder.
Hard hit left side. Throw to first. Ball game. And the Blue Jays take the season opener and move to 1-0.
That looked like the pitcher was getting into a little trouble there, but quickly brought out a pitch that isn't what most hitters are looking for with that great velocity, but it was really good movement on the changeup and a nice win today.
6-5 the final here today. They hang on to win it by a run. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi saying so long.